Okay, so the month of February is here, and this is where I start to get really serious with my budget. December is the time where I am doing a lot of spending because of Christmas, and then January, I'm kind of recovering and doing a no spend. And so now that it's the month of February, this is the time where I will really get serious with my budget and really pay attention to the goals that I have set for the year. So I just wanted to walk you through my February budget setup process, this entire reset, and also talk to you just in case this is your very first time using a budget planner and you just needed some additional tips. So I did a short where I shared my monthly budget setup, how I set up my calendar. I will link that one above, but if you missed that short, just to give you a quick overview, the very first thing that I will do when I am setting up my budget is I write down all of my paydays. So I pay myself every single week, and I will just mark those off by just adding these little money bags here, and this lets me know that that is a payday. The next thing that I will do is add in some colorful dots. So these colorful dots let me know what bills are going to be paid with what payday. So the very first payday that is coming up here, all of the bills that are in yellow will have been paid with the previous payday, but anything after this first payday, anything that is in these red dots here are going to be paid with this particular payday. So this makes it much easier when I am filling out my weekly budget to easily see what I need to cover with that payday, and so I am able to easily transfer it over to my weekly budget. And then the next thing that I did is added the events that are coming up for the month of February. The big one in the month of February is Valentine's Day, and I do have a budget here of $200 for Valentine's Day. So this is anything me and my husband decide to do. That is the budget, and I do advise that you add that within your monthly budget so that you know how to save for it and you have that money set aside in your budget and it does not catch you off guard. The other event that I have in the month of February is my daughter's birthday party. Now, her birthday is actually on the 31st, but her party will be on the 1st. The reason I do not have a number here though is because I have been saving for her birthday party within my sinking funds. So I just need to remind myself that this party is happening, but the money for that party is not coming out my monthly budget. It is actually coming out of my cash sinking funds. So I will pull that money out of my cash envelope and it will not affect my monthly budget at all. So this is the very first step in setting up your monthly budget because it helps you to have an overview of everything that's coming up for the month. After this though, you want to actually write out your monthly budget. Now this is the process of you writing down your income, all of your bills, all of your variable expenses, and anything else that you want to do for the month. So I like to start off by adding in all of my bills. I will write down every single bill, and I usually use the bill tracker sheet that I have at the very front of my budget planner. If you want a copy of my bill tracker sheet, I do give this one out for free. If you sign up for my email list, you will automatically get this PDF as a thank you for signing up. But I use that as my guide in order to see all of the bills and make sure that I don't miss out on any of them. So I will add in all of my monthly bills, and then after I have added in all of my bills, I will move over to my variable expenses. Now your variable expenses are the things that kind of come up throughout the month that you know you're going to have to pay for. However, they are not a bill. So things like food, gas, shopping, entertainment, anything else that you know is going to cost you money. You want to add it here so that you're keeping up with how much you're spending on these things. Now, whenever we are doing our monthly budget, it is usually not the bills that will throw us off. It is usually the variable expenses. It's things like food. If you purchase groceries and go out to eat, you are more likely to go over your food amount for the month. So keeping up with how much you want to spend in these particular categories can definitely help you in the long run. You just need to write these numbers down. And the last category that I have in here is my other other category. Now, my other category is where I will write down any debt payment that I would like to do, any savings that I would like to accomplish, any sinking funds that I am saving for. All of that is going to go into this section. For the month of February, my goal is to put a payment of $1,000 and bring down my credit card balance, and also add $500 into my savings account. So I have just marked that off there. And then I am going to go in, add in my income, and then do all of my calculations. I am adding up all of the bills, all of the variable expenses, all of the other things that are coming up for the month. And my goal is to have a zero-based budget. Now, I do have a small balance. As you can see, my balance here is $9.81. But for me, that is basically a zero-based budget because this is just going to sit in my account. I always keep a buffer in my account. I never have it exactly at zero. So any money that is left over after I have paid everything out, as long as it's under about $100, I am okay with that amount. And so now that my monthly budget is filled out every single week, I will come to my paycheck budget and I'm going to fill this out and map out what bills I am going to pay out of every single check. So when I get paid again around the 6th of the month, I am going to map out the bills that are here. I'm going to add them to my paycheck budget sheet. I am also going to add in my credit card payment, how much I have for food, gas, and shopping for the week. And then that way I can map out and see how I did with my budget and how we did with the actual. And the other thing that I am going to do is go to the back of my planner, and we are going to be filling out my expense tracker again. This is where I will write down all of the expenses that are happening throughout the month, and I can keep up with my budget. So every time I spend on food, it will be listed out here. Anytime I spend on shopping or gas, it's going to be listed out here. I'm going to write in the category so that I can make sure that I am not going over this amount. And I will usually do that on my monthly budget check-in sheet. I will kind of map this out per week, and then that way I can make sure I am not spending over $300 a week so that I know that I am staying on track with my food budget. So that is it for my February budget setup. Like I said, I am getting back on track with my budgeting and tracking all of my expenses for the month of February. This is one of the best things that you can do that will actually help you to stay on top of your money. So make sure that you do it so that it doesn't get away from you. And I will see you all in my next video. Until then, keep organizing your life so that you can achieve your dreams. Bye, guys.